All throughout this week, Donald Trump's cabinet picks are going to go through the confirmation and hearing process in the Senate. And here's the problem. According to two ethics lawyers for both George W. Bush and Barack Obama, this process has to be postponed until these cabinet picks have gone through the full vetting process. Specifically, these people who are up for these cabinet positions need to fulfill their commitment as a public servant and release their financial disclosure records so that we can prevent any conflicts of interest from arising while these people are trying to serve in office. And here's the thing that the Republicans don't actually understand. They're trying to shove these confirmations down our throats and make sure that these people get in as quickly as possible, even though every single one of them is grossly unqualified for their position, and every single one of them has a conflict of interest that has not been addressed yet, possibly the exception of Rex Tillerson, who actually did sell off his interests. But it's problematic for Republicans because if these nominees do not submit their full financial disclosure reports and find themselves in a conflict of interest down the road because they didn't disclose, they are then subject to removal from office. How's that going to work out for the Republican Party? How's that going to look at, for you for the midterm elections in 2 years? How's that going to look for Donald Trump's re-election in 2020? It's going to look pretty bad. You're doing nothing but hurting yourselves by trying to force these nominees through. And this is a process that even Mitch McConnell himself back in 2009 said absolutely wasn't going to happen, and yet today he's telling Democrats, oh, grow up. That is what he said. Grow up. And just confirm these people. It doesn't matter that they don't have these financial disclosure forms. It doesn't matter that they haven't been properly vetted. It doesn't matter that they haven't sold off interests in the specific realm of the agency that they want to head. For example, Betsy DeVos has millions invested in private online charter school programs, and yet she is up to be Secretary of Education, a position which she could financially benefit from if she does not recuse herself from any issue involving online charter schools. Obviously, she's not going to do that. She is one of the people who has not disclosed a financial report. We only know about this because of tax returns and investment information. But she hasn't told the Senate. I'm sure they know, but the public doesn't know. And that's the problem. This isn't about letting the Senate find out who these creepy cast of characters truly are. They know. It's the public that needs to know. We need to know every relevant piece of information about every single one of these nominees that Republicans are sitting there trying to get confirmed this week. And we don't. We can do the best research possible, but we still don't know everything because some things, such as financial records, are not readily available in every case. And that's why this is important. This is about transparency, this is about ethics, and this is about the basic right of voters to be able to make an informed decision when they head into the midterms or in the 2020 presidential election. We need to know what is really going on, who these people are, and how they plan on using these offices to enrich themselves. Because again, that is what this is about. That's why Donald Trump picked these specific people like Rex Tillerson and Betsy DeVos. They're going to use their positions to make more money. And yeah, Rex Tillerson sold off his shares. That doesn't matter. Because once he's done with Secretary of State, he's going to go right back to Exxon or some other oil company. Plus, this blind trust that he's set up is going to benefit greatly from everything that he does. And that's why we, as the public, deserve to know. We deserve better than what the Republicans have to offer.